Hello everyone, and welcome. Today I have something a little bit different for you. It is an apartment build, and I built this for a collaboration for a brownstone city kind of apartment, I believe, and it was put together by the Absurd Koala, and I'll put a link to her gallery in the description below for you. But I'm pretty sure it's just Absurd Koala on the gallery, so it should be easy to find. I don't think there's too many Absurd Koalas around. So, in this build, I am going grey because I thought, well, the city is kind of grey, and then I want to bring some life to it with some different colours. So, I ended up going with some pastels to work with the grey because, you know, grey is actually quite a flexible colour. And it's not the biggest apartment, so I'm just working through what I can actually do as far as rooms go, and I'm just working through doors as well because, oh man, the amount of doors that we don't have for medium-sized walls is enormous. And I realise I said that very backwards, but you know what I'm saying. It's just like the door options for medium and tall walls are very limited, particularly like there's great front doors, but for internal doors, no. And it's just like, you know, I just want a nice tall internal door. Can I get one without it being enormous and looking like a front door? Well, the answer to that is no. Anyway, welcome. I'm just going to have a gripe about doors. So this is going to be like a little study here. I ended up changing the study post build because I hated it. So if you're thinking, oh, Velvet, this isn't a great study, well, that's because I don't know what I was thinking when I built it. I was kind of like, oh, you know what, this is, I mean, it's okay, but I decided I didn't like it, so I ended up changing it and doing something else. So there is actually going to be two versions up on the gallery of this if you want to download it. So there is the first version which has the study, and then there's a second version because I also managed to stuff up the collaboration because I was supposed to do it limited packs and I didn't. So I had to change some of the stuff that I put in there because Absurd Koala didn't have some of the packs, and I forgot when I was building it because I'm silly like that. Anyway, that's the study done, so I'm just going to start working on the old kitchen. So I was just trying to work out which kitchen I was going to go with, and because I had initially planned to just do yellow and grey, I was looking for a kitchen that would bring that yellow together. Now there was a change with that eventually, but you'll see that as we evolve along. So I did want to have like a little breakfast bar kind of nookie kind of thing going on too. So that is in play there. So I'm just using the Dream Home Decorator counters at the moment, and I think that's the country kitchen or growing together. I don't know. Fridge is what I was trying to say, but I can't remember which one. I think they might be growing together and not the country kitchen, I think. So yeah, so I'm just flipping around with the kitchen and just trying to work out how I want this to sit. So I'm using the Cool Kitchen Stuff Pack upper counters. So I'll leave those there. And for once, you know what I'm going to put in here? I'm actually going to put a laundry in here. So I'm excited about that. I, more than often than not, forget about laundries. So in this instance, I was like, you know what? This is a little city apartment. Having its own little laundry is going to be pretty swish for a city apartment, because I think most of the times you wouldn't get like your very own little laundry. So I was like, well, you know what? That would work really nicely in beside the kitchen, your own little laundry area. And I put the laundry hamper, and then I think I put the rubbish bin in beside there because I forgot to put the rubbish bin into the kitchen as I do. Oh, I so often forget the rubbish bin. I'm a shocker. And I'll add to that later, but yeah, I decided I needed to go a little bit higher, and so I could get the sweepy thing sitting higher, and then I did that, and then I was like, you know what, actually this shelf would sit really nicely there, so they ended up moving the broom anyway. But it worked out because I could fit that shelf in there and it looked good, and it had like, you know, little bits and pieces on there with your ironing board and stuff like that, and which worked because I had the ironing board on the wall with the towels and that sort of thing, and I'm just going to put like an apron in there, and you can sort of see the pink starting to come through. So I end up kind of evolving the build. It seems to be my way sometimes. Like the build, I'll have like a really clear idea in my head what colors I want to do, and then I'll build it and I'll be like, you know what, this just isn't gelling or quite working for me. So yeah, the build kind of changes and morphs and turns into something else than what I had initially planned. But you can sort of see the yellow here coming through in the kitchen, and that will change probably very soon, but we'll see how that goes. So using the Home Chef Hustle little wall pieces and the Cool Kitchen wall pieces as well, and a few other bits and pieces along the way. So because I didn't have a lot of counter space, I decided that I would do all the decorating or clutter as such with hanging stuff. So that's what I'm doing. I was trying that out as an idea. I actually don't hate that, but I just decided not to do that. And yeah, so this is why I'm using all the hanging clutter, because I didn't have enough bench space to allow me to actually put bench clutter down. I still wanted the kitchen to be super functional so that the Sims could cook on it okay and make it very usable, because yeah, too much clutter and then it just becomes hard for them to use, and you know, they're still going to do their cooking, right? So just putting like a little herb thing in there from the Blooming Rooms kit. I love that little herb thing. I think it's super cute, and just it's an easy way, because it's a hanging plant, it's an easy way to add like a little bit of greenery to your kitchen. So if you don't have the Blooming Room kit, I can highly recommend it. I use it basically all the time if I'm doing a non-limited pack build, because I adore it. And as you can see here, we have now switched to pink. So I'm actually still going to keep like hints of yellow, so there will still be a little tiny bit of yellow going around the place. As you can see here, I'm doing like a little yellow rug, but the main contrast color has changed now from yellow to pink. But yeah, there will still be hints of yellow around the place. So just getting like a little 4-seater dining table in there. And I ended up going with the, oh yeah, it took me a little while, but I ended up going with the Decor to the Max rug, which had like the pinks and the yellows in it. I was like, you know what, that's absolutely perfect. And then the tiny home hanging plant. I was drawing a blank on that word. Oh my gosh. Ah, boy. And now I'm just going to start working on the entrance area / living space. So you kind of just walk straight in and straight into the living space. So I'm just using the Dream Home Decorator couch. You know, your little flexi build it yourself kind of couch, and the soft pink. And then I had the Eco Lifestyle fireplace, because I thought, well, you know what, why not throw in a fireplace? Hey, why not? And this is before I built this, before the 4 pack came out, so I didn't have like the radiators and the 4 stuff to work with. So yeah, I'm a bit late getting this build out, but I got it out eventually. I did have quite a full schedule coming up around the 4 time, and some of the stuff, all the pre-builds that I built for the 4 pack, yeah, it just took me a little while to get them up onto the schedule. That's all. So just getting a little bit of decoration in behind the couches, just to make it a little bit more cozy and lived in. Like your mugs and your magazines and that sort of thing, because you know, you put it up behind your head. And then I am going to squeeze in, or attempt to squeeze in, I think a little coffee table. There we go. Nice little round one. I can't remember which pack that's from, but anyway, it's a handy little round coffee table that I can put there. And I put in a little touch of yellow there with the Cool Kitchen flowers, which I really love. You know what, if they did that in more colors, I would be so happy, because it's a really nice vase and I think it's super pretty. And then I'm using the cream rug. I think that's from the Industrial Loft kit. I love that rug. I could use it in every build, to be honest. I try not to, because I love it, but I probably do put it in most builds. particularly when I've got kit freedom and I can do as I please. And, you know, I'm basically, unless I'm doing a collab like this one, I'm the only one that restricts myself with the packs, but I do like to make things accessible for people where I can. And I know that kits can be a challenge for a lot of players, unfortunately, because it's just, you know, one of those little extras that is not always affordable. So I've got like a reasonably large space with the bathroom, so that was nice to play with, because normally I do like a squishy bathroom, but I'm trying to be better with doing squishy bathrooms and trying to give like bathrooms a little bit more space and love, because they deserve it. We use them a lot, so why shouldn't they have some space and love? And I'm just going with pretty much just cream in the bathroom, and it's the Ain't That Slate Seasons, I want to say Seasons range, which I really like. I think it's a really nice range, and I do use that range all the time. It's one of my favorite bathroom ranges, so I used it, so there. And just getting in the last bits and pieces on that side of the room. So I think we've just about got all our little bits and pieces of clutter, and just using that little hanging plant thing again. And then I've got some robes and towels to go in over on that side, so just working out which one. And then a yellow robe, so that's my touch of yellow, and you'll see a little bit more of the yellow coming through in this room as I do the clutter. So I feel like the clutter has a bit of a yellow sort of touch to it, but you'll see that as I get through. So I'm just going to go through, and I'm just working out the spacing for the whatever that is. I think that's the toothbrushes. And basically just going through the bathroom clutter kit and just like boom, 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 because I love that kit. It is just so handy. There's just really nice bits and pieces, and it's just, yeah, there's most of them are small spaces as well, so they fit really nicely on things like shelves and stuff, and you can actually fit quite a bit of it onto your counter spaces, or your countertops, as the case may be, as well. So you can sort of see that coming together. I'm just going to move that all over because I squished it all to one side, and I was like, oh, no, squishy. So that looks a little bit better, and then just with a quick color change, you can see all the sort of the yellow starting to come through. And that's our like cute little yellow and grey bathroom, and I kept like a couple of hints of pink in there too. And that's the little Snowy Escape duo that I more than often forget about, but it is actually a cute little squirty hand soap kind of duo that sits on the wall, which is quite nice. And I think that's about the bathroom. I just need a rug in there. Do I go pink in the rug, or do I go, yeah, I think I go pink, because I wanted to bring like a little bit more pink in here, because we've got the sort of quite a lot of yellow and grey, and obviously the sort of the creamy colour, and then a little bit of pink brings it together with the rest of the build. So then we have the bedroom. Oh, and I needed something for that wall. Oh, yeah. So I found a picture for the wall, and then I moved on to the bedroom. So it was a choice deciding what I wanted to go with for the bed. I think that's the Eco Lifestyle bed, which worked really nicely. Because it's sort of like, well, it's a nice combo of sort of whites and pinks, and it had like the little yellow cushion on there, so I thought that was quite nice. And then I decided to just like fill some of that wall space with some curtains. So these are from the Cool Movie Hangout pack. Yeah, I think that's got the popcorn on it. So the Cool Movie Hangout pack, stuff pack. So if you're wondering where those came from, that's where those came from, I'm pretty sure. And it is I do use quite a bit of the Build Buy from that. There's like a few pieces that I use all the time. Like there's a really nice painting. There's a really nice hanging plant thing that it's actually under wall hangings, not plants, but it is like a little hanging plant thing. And those curtains I like. So I use those now and then, although because I've got the Desert Luxe curtains, as you can see here, I tend to use those more because they're awesome curtains. At the end of the day, that's the choice I make. So just throwing those on there, making a decision on how those are going to sit, and get my little curtain rails running around all of the top of the walls just to bring that together. So there wasn't too much else as far as the space goes in that room. So I had like a dresser option that I could put in there. So just doing that and using that from Snowy Escape. And then there was space to put like a couple of things on top. So I did that too. That's from high school years. So like a little bit of extra stuff. And then I had space in that corner. So I think I'm going to put like a couch or, I don't know, I'm going to put like a chair and TV there, I think. I'm going to squeeze that in there because I was like, well, you know what? We can have like fit a little TV viewing area there. You can sit there really, really close to the TV and watch it if you want to. I decided not to do like a colour on the chair. I decided to go with white because I felt like the colour, I was going to go with yellow, but it felt like a little bit too much in that corner. I just felt I needed to freshen that corner up. So ended up going with white, and I'm just doing the hanging plant. The thing with the medium walls obviously is that the hanging plants sit a little bit taller than they do with the short walls. So they don't sit... I kind of like hanging plants more with the shorter wall than the taller walls, but you know, they still look nice. And then I put a mirror into this little corner here because there wasn't too much else I could do with that space. And then I needed something for that wall. I think we are just about done with the build though. I think we've done really well. I was very happy. Sometimes it's hard not to make oh yeah, I was looking for those pesky pictures and they weren't unlocked. I was like, why you do this to me? They were, I don't know what goes on with those. Anyway, I've decided to just do a diploma. It's like, stop it. Ah, boy. And then I just need a rug, and then I think we're about done with the build, so we can go take a little tour. What colour do I go with the rug? Let's see. Pink. Yay. Okay, so let's take a tour of what we did. So you can sort of see a lot of pink and hints of yellow coming through here, just to brighten the grey. Because, yeah, grey can be quite dull if you're not careful. And I just wanted to go with grey, but I wanted to give it some life. And that's why I've gone with the pink with hints of yellow. And I think it's quite an actual soft build. So it feels quite soft and sweet. And then you can sort of see the bathroom coming together there. I think that's really nice. You got the bath and shower option, and then plenty of clutter on the counters too. So that's also kind of nice. And then heading into the bedroom, this is quite soft and creamy with the pink and the creams. A little touch of yellow here and there, but not so much. There's definitely more pink in this room than there is yellow. And then that is our build. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.